Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate into another edition of NXT Out of 10. Yeah, absolutely huge show today. We've got a 2 out of 3 falls match between Kushida and Santos Escobar. Kyle O'Reilly's in action and possibly there's a surprise return. We've also got Karrion Kross in action and much more, so let's get straight into it. And we did start off with Theory versus Kross after Theory beat down Kross last week. A beautiful standing dropkick only made Kross angry early on as Gargano stared on as Kross dominated the early proceedings. He hit classic mean Mark Callis style heart punch followed by another boot to the jaw. A Saito suplex then launched Theory high and planted him right on his neck as Karrion Kross went for another Doomsday Saito. Gargano distracted the referee. On the floor, a DDT spiked Kross and nearly cost him the match. Back in the ring, however, a knee to the jaw levelled him, allowing Mr. All Day NXT to crown him. Austin Theory then showed off his incredible power, launching Kross overhead. However, as Gargano stayed on, Kross managed to get back up and looked him dead in the eyes and locked in the Kross jacket to get the win. It was a submission victory, but it may as well have been a lockout as Kross was already out. After the match, Balor came down, the two confronted each other. 6 out of 10, kind of unnecessary, but decent match to kick off the show. But anyway, next up, Leon Ruff was with NXT GM William Regal demanding a match. However, he refused and Ruff was furious before he got Breezango versus MSK. Both men threw super kicks early on before Fandango was rocked with a dropkick and Carter was able to duck in a freshly tagged in Breeze as Breezango ran into each other. The ref failed to move, leaning over Breeze as the NXT veteran dropped into the floor. Fandango launched Lee into the corner in a commercial break to get in control. However, Breeze came in and he was on the back foot. Fandango brought off the pin. He fought off Carter before Carter hit a moonsault onto Breezango and tagged out Wesley. Lee launched Carter at Fandango with a dropkick. Breeze tagged in with the unprettier but was stunned to the ground with the gut. MSK hit the finish for their win. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Another absolute banger from MSK. And can the people in the CWC please stop booing them? They're great. Johnny Gargano was rushed into Williams Regal's office about a title match next week, but it was denied. Before Pete Dunne was looking for a match tonight, and he eventually found one with only Lorcan, and Kross accepted Balor's challenge. Leon Ruff shocked Pete Dunne with his unorthodox offense early on, and however a rebound clothesline hit Dunne, but he was countered with a springboard cutter to get in control, and after that a modified triangle choke and a series of elbows to the back of the head forced the ref to call for the bell early on. I'll give this a 6 out of 10, really unique finish, and it's good to see Dunne getting a push. After the match, Dunne sent a message to Leon Ruff and anyone else thinking of stopping hit the Bruiserweight. Maybe Ruff should have listened to William Regal earlier, was kind of the prevailing message. But anyway, next up, it was the first of the 2 title matches. Mercedes Martinez versus Raquel Gonzalez. The women's champion was dropped early on before, during the break, Gonzalez took over about an hour. Drawn headlocks between the two of them. After taking a terrible beating for minutes, Mercedes managed to barrel over Raquel and trap her in a steep hole before Martinez escaped and hit a rebounding with a forearm. Draped over the turnbuckle, Raquel was dropped with a rolling neckbreaker. Still, however, Mercedes Martinez couldn't get the ring. Gonzalez tossed Martinez into the ring post with the snake eyes before a series of kicks stunned Gonzalez, but she battled back with a devastating boot, and Martinez eventually got to the mat with a one-arm powerbomb to get to the win. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. Another really entertaining match in the women's division in NXT, and they just keep on delivering, and I'm really enjoying where this women's division is going now under Raquel Gonzalez. Before Swerve got defeated Leon Ruff last week, and Swerve admitted tonight he made a lot of mistakes in NXT, the biggest one being he wasn't trying to be a star. Swerve is disrespectful and dangerous, therefore it's time to get on a path, and he followed that path. We got to hear from Ashante the Adonis, B-Fab and Top Dollar. Swerve's new great produces nothing but hits, he said, leading to the name Hit Row. Before Cameron Grimes was there and he was auctioning for a house. The initial bid was £2 million, but the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, came out and offered £8 million. Grimes does his offer, however Ted outbid him to £20 million, and I quite enjoyed this. I'm enjoying where this is going. But anyway, next up, it was only Lorcan versus Kyle O'Reilly. Lorcan blocked a high kick from O'Reilly early on, bringing the multi-time NXT Tag Team Champion down to the mat before Carl escaped, locking in a crossface. O'Reilly was cut down with an elbow straight to the throat, however, before only knocked O'Reilly off the apron and then was in control. When we returned from a break, the Star Destroyer of NXT was destroying O'Reilly with fists and chops before O'Reilly ran in with a forearm and followed up with a neck breaker. A heel hook was nearly cinched in, but Lorcan was able to get to the ropes. O'Reilly and Lorcan traded blows, leading to the running knee that almost took Lorcan's head off. A brainbuster set up for Carl's diving knee, which gave him the win. And after the match, Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan were about to beat him down before Bobby Fish finally made his return. After clearing the ring, they admitted they still had their own doing in the ring, and it's so great to see Bobby back, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Decent match as well. And then it was officially announced that Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano will be taking place in a cage match next week. Can't wait for that. Before we got a 2 out of 3 Cruiserweight Championship match. Kushida was sent to the floor early on, and just as it looked like Legado del Fantasma was going to lay into the Star, MSK came out to cause the distraction. Santos Escobar took over during the break, and Escobar locked in a Boston Crab before Escobar was trapped with the champ in a surfboard stretch. After transitioning a crossface, Escobar stretched Kushida out before Kushida countered an avalanche, nearly getting a pinfall. The handspring back elbow connected, and Kushida followed that with a drag drop kick. However, Santos responded with a Phantom Driver to get the first pull. But Kushida pretty much locked in a cross armbar straight away, forcing Escobar to attack quickly. And then Escobar and Kushida were trapped in the upper hand early on before Escobar finally broke away, and Kushida was dropped onto him before Escobar stunned Kushida with an Itaguri, and it looked like he was going to win before another hoverboard lock was cinched in. But when Kushida couldn't take him off his feet, he dropped his challenger with a hoverboard suplex, and the second one was put right in the middle of the ring, forcing Escobar to tap out. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, just an excellent match, and they really seem to be elevating the Cruiserweight Championship, which I'm delighted about. Overall this week, NXT gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, really enjoyed NXT this week. It definitely seems to be on their way back after a tough, early start to the year, really. But yeah, they do seem to be on their way back, and I'm really pleased. Just need to keep on doing what they're doing, and it'll soon become one of the best wrestling shows there is once again. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.